starting to match with another game of Total War 3 Kingdoms. We're here with our girl, Zheng, and, you know, all's well. It's the summer of 196. She's gonna get a divorce. This guy's no longer doing it for her, you know. They were married for too long anyway, right? And if he gets unhappy, then whatever. We will find her another husband. Hey, look at this guy. He's an embezzler. Love that for him. And this guy's like mad and doesn't want to be here anymore, but he's not really that good of a guy, so we're just gonna ditch him. Bye, buddy. Sorry about ya. Alright, now let's see this new husband here. Zheng. Starts with deluge and resourcefulness. Feared, intrepid, and graceful. Well, what he really has is discourses of the states. Which doesn't matter much, but is there. We could use it in a trade someday. I mean, I do like his hat. They've really given him like a good hat. But he's just generated for her, you know. He's a real unique looking guy, but he's just a regular dude who probably won't make it too long. But hey, he might, you know, who knows. We're just gonna get him on assignment there. Hardly want to increase the peasantry cost. We could do that one here though, because we just need. Oh yeah, this one's fine. All right, so on this front, we need to roll up this way to meet him. Do we? No, all of our guys are on assignment. Well then. We can still head up this way. But she is awesome. She's got... Like, where's it going? Bright. Bright gives her 10 loot for her own army, which is very amazing as a trait, right? She is also level 3. We were good to pick her up, but we need to get... You know, we'll see what happens over the end turn, but... Oh, wrong, invites us to a coalition. Well, as fascinating as that would be... I mean, honestly, why don't we? Because then, like, it's not like he could stop it. Yeah, why don't we? This is funny. You know, it doesn't hurt to be friendly, right? Ah, so they are trying to mousetrap us here. Fortunately, we've got a garrison with quite a lot of people in it. You know, this is a stacked little garrison here. Our morale is fine and high, and yeah, they will rue the day. Evasive axe infantry, evasive spear infantry. Well, this will give us an opportunity to really beat them down here, of course. The auto battle gives us the victory. Perhaps he has an AI where he just like has to fight, right? He finds brawling irresistible. Ah, very good, because we'll just be able to deploy here and our reinforcements will come in this way. because with our ton O towers, there's no point in not, you know. I mean, if you have 6 towers, you use 6 towers, okay. Whoops. I'm like, what's the hotkey for the next thing there? Because you know, the UI isn't built for this many towers. It's okay. Hey, hello Kemi, good morning. This is a new campaign. We are Zheng, the Bandit Queen. She is so awesome. So whereas before we were playing the Han Chinese culture, now we're playing the Bandit culture. They're still, you know, Han Chinese, but they don't, you know, use the same mechanics and units and everything, and they've got like a whole different way of doing stuff involving, you know, a manner of mining that involves principally taking what other people have gotten out of the ground. I am worried about this fight, though. I mean, some. But this amount of towers, we might just be fine, right? And we will... Yeah, because we can, like, early game harass our way... No, we'll do that over here. Yeah. And then we'll spin off the cavalry there to deal... Yeah. Well, we'll see how it goes. But, you know, we've got our reinforcements, and that'll account for something. Oh, yeah, and then now we've got these fools, and we can just start... You want to duel me? I'm not going to, even though that would be awesome. Because I've got bows and arrows, and I can just shoot you, buddy. I'm not surprised you want to duel me. And then we're going to poison volley shot here. No, there's people coming through the trees. We're attacking their reinforcements here, which is, as you have said, oh, so much better. And these reinforcements were from an army that was pretty beat up, so they're not taking a whole lot of convincing to run. So this whole crew that's coming in is just, their reinforcing army, not very strong. And we hit them with the poison shot that made them all very upset. We're going to try another one of those right here. And if we can shoot it up, I think I'll poison volley, but our girl Lu Zheng just gets poison shot, but looks like we just hit a couple of them with it, but it's like one shot of it, but with a much faster cooldown, and it does great work. And these guys are like, we're not going to dignify what you're doing with the response, leading them to just like totally get murked. Yeah, and now we will use our arrows and just shoot the leader of their faction. Haha, take that, buddy. Devastating. Yeah, this is how to do an early game harass, all right. And now their other army is just now coming through the trees here. Very slowly. This one's like a full army. But crucially, these reinforcements are basically non-functional. I mean, they were never going to do great for them. Oh, they started out with quite low morale, but that makes sense anyway. And this guy has a special vanguard hit, so we definitely want to pick him up if we can. Because it's like a Flames of the Phoenix type of thing. But plus hamstring cooldown reduction, plus negative morale, so it's like a little bit of it all. But he's running now, and now we just want to get over here. Oh, and these heroes were beat up. Awesome. Yeah, well, we are gonna very handily destroy them here. They may not be on a roll to attack. Type heal was very effective. Cammy, I will note that these people are bandits. Sure, you may note that I'm a bandit too, but these people are bandits. Furthermore, they attacked me. I was minding my own business in a town that I had very previously, just like 2 days before, taken away from them. It's more like a year. So, like, I don't know where they get off trying to be like, oh, this is our town now. Like, what? Like, I live here. I live here. You know, it's crazy. Oh, we didn't get the other reinforcements in. That's all right. We are going to engage here. Pull the cav around the side to get onto the archers. Here and here. And this fool has made his way in. Hardly gonna go the way he thinks it will. Poison volley here. Cav on the outside. Cav on the inside. You know, it just goes to show. Yeah, let's... Oh, well. Never mind who. His friend died, so now he's stronger. Just goes to show how when you terribly outnumber the enemy, you can occasionally do good things. But here we actually don't like this engagement at all. It's a lot of cav, and we don't have... There we go, roll up this way, and here. And if we end up running into our caltrops in the woods, that would be pretty funny. And yeah, all of our cav there fall to the morale hit. Yeah, brutal. Well, you know. Yeah, definitely getting ahead of ourselves with the happiness there, and getting run down by quite more of their troops than I remember even being here. But it'll be okay. Yeah, that was a cav support supported by about 800 dudes coming out of the trees. Yeah, you know, they took longer to go, and I couldn't see them on account of the trees. But now the rest of our guys are here. Oh, and the big guy came back. Well, do we want to duel her? No. He wants to duel her. Well, actually, probably no, because she's, like, real good at fighting. We'll just fight her the old-fashioned way, with more troops than she has access to. Hey, good morning. Frontier, like, can you believe this? Indeed, here I am, literally minding my own, lugging our own 6 towers everywhere. Which, to be fair, would be like an inspiring display of bandit ingenuity, right? 1,000 bandits come out, and in the back, not a siege train, but a hastily assembled construction crew. We gain some infamy, we capture him again, This guy we capture, and we're going to employ him. He is the Poisoned Fang. Oh, nice. Gets a lot of loot from own army. This guy's going to be awesome, because we know his ability was pretty good. And loot in the army, loot is the bandit mechanic for military supplies, but it's way more important than normal. Now, we've already captured him before. But I bet, you know, I bet I can make him work for me eventually. Not from capturing him. He's the one in charge of the faction. So, the faction leader in the air will never defect to you after being captured in battle. The air can defect to you if they're in the final battle of the faction. But if you release them enough, they'll like you. They'll develop what's called faction fondness. And then, after their faction is eliminated, they'll be highly likely to show up in your pool of recruits. And they'll love you, and they won't even be mad about all the stuff that may or may not have happened in the past. And there we push them off this way, and excellent, excellent. Now here we do have somewhat of a choice to make, because at this point we might be able to demand tribute from him, which is another bandit mechanic where you just shake somebody down like permanently. And it's not like vassalage, they don't work for you, but okay. Our patrols have captured a group of bandits operating nearby. One of their members, claiming to have found the error of their ways, is asked to join our esteemed faction. But we're a bandit. Let's hire him. We decide that any who would turn away from a life of crime should be given the chance to prove themselves and duly hired them. This is a funny little event for a bandit faction to get. Alright. Oh, sweet. This guy enables terror for his own retinue. Very cool. Into the breach, blah. But he's like one of the northern tribes in culture, so he'll have some stuff that I'm not as familiar with. But very exciting to... Oh, yeah, there you go. 5 loot for own army. Well, that is already pretty good to get. Flames is that way. Well, this is the ballistic rain, and I feel like that seems pretty good. We're gonna go for the rain of ballista. Now, unlike other sentinels, he's not gonna get like tenacity of steel. He gets this buff for morale and melee charge bonus. So more of like a purple cavalry commander. But he is impeccable, cordial, and modest. I say, chap, welcome to the party. You know, bandits tend to have bad personalities, but not Shihua. Alright, and this guy is generally a little happy because of stuff, but we're going to need to get him a better job eventually. But this targeted strikes, and then he gets flames on the other side of the tree. So he'll get double melee ability splash, which is very exciting. And he is bandit. Okay, cool. So in one level, he'll get night battles when commanding, and loot for own army means we need to just like get him into a crew like post haste. We'll probably do it up here and drop Saijin Shu. Yep, he you know, he's one of the unique guys for the Zheng faction. He starts in them, you know, in 186, which is before this game even starts. So no, there is a start date at 182 for like the Yellow Turban Rebellion, which is where a lot of the dramatis persona of 190 sort of make their mark. And it was a very widespread rebellion that didn't last very long, but loomed very large in the consciousness. And you know, they wore yellow turbans and had a sort of spiritual, mystic type of thing going on. And all right, so we just need to roll in here and snag this. And here, oh yeah, they barely have anything. You love an auto-resolve on a city, right? Because 5 troops, you don't even have to feel bad about auto-resolving against 5 troops. Not that I would feel bad anyway. I don't know how. Here we loot and occupy for the infamy. That'll get us to 50, which is a good breakpoint. No, we need 51. We need 51 to be at the breakpoint. What a fool. Okay, and then we get the Black Mountain Lair, which will give us 50% post-battle loot, faction-wide. Also lower income and public order, but, you know, who cares? And this Corrupted Magistrate is 10% research rate. Well, we will be breaking that, no doubt. Yeah, because we need the income from tributaries. Alright, so he has this iron mine, and that's it. I bet he'll accede to our... Because at this point, right, he'll be... Yeah, there you go. So he's too weak to stand up to us anymore. We can just demand tribute from him. That'll end this war, and he'll have to pay us forever until he's not a faction anymore, or until he declares war on us. Either way, you know, we pop him then. He's on the other side of the mountain, so he'll be a problem there. He's hated by, like, everybody around here, so he probably won't last too long. And if one of them get rid of him, then we'll be able to get it. Now, the only thing is, this iron mine would be theoretically desirable. Because, you know, you can... Because it's part of this province, and that would make it a lot richer. But it also gets you a lot of vulnerability on this front to all these people. But we can just, like, run out and smash them with a hammer. I think taking tribute where we can is probably the best way to do things. And we'll take all his money, too. Like, I do not care what this does to him. Pay me. He approves this glorious day. We get another tributary, adding so much money. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, so we get 3,000 a turn from him. Tribute's amazing. And it also synergizes, so... The big lady herself gives you, like, some bonuses to tribute. And then as you level your faction, you get more bonuses to tribute. And then there are buildings that you can build with your tribute money that contribute to tribute. Contribute a bit. Contribute to the tribute. Like, we're gonna see the money go up here. Okay, so we spend 2,000 here to buy it. And then we get really cheap rush construction. Oh, no, it was much more expensive than the rush construction. Bugged rush construction. That's why I keep running out of money. Anyway, but we made more money afterward. Alright, so apparently I've been wasting a lot of money on the rush construction because it said 200, but it's probably 2,000 the whole time. It's okay. It'd be like 400, but it's probably 4,000. Anyway, it's fine. We're just going to build this up. And, you know, we're making... This is so much money to make. Because we're positive 11k, you know, and... It's just pretty nice. Because our armies cost like 3 at the most. Speaking of, we absolutely need to spin up another one. But we've got to wait until... You know, let's see what this guy's got going on. Is he a spy? Possibly. Definitely. Are we going to take his stuff and get rid of him? Yes. Because as nice as it would be to roll filial and corrupt from him, when you have spies in your faction, they, like, do stuff to your people. Like, injure them and hit them over the head when they're not watching. But alright, perfect. next turn we'll spin that army up. Do we need... No. Luli has to keep on using her thing because that's like too good of an ability to not use to give us the loot. And then we'll do you doing Shihua there, yeah, because we've got, yeah. Because this army, this gate pass is not like, strictly speak. Well, I mean, actually, no. We go here and recruit. Yeah. You go here and recruit, and then we hit this chump in like 2 turns. Yes, that is the way. And he is of the Zhanbei people, which give us these guys. They do have the Northern Courage. You know, we might use them just to see how often it hurts us. Because he gives 10 loot, 5 loot to own army, and she gives 10 loot to own army. Yeah, this is this own army. If we get a person in here who gives it to the commanding people, then we'll really be talking. But yeah, we'll get him in there next turn, and he has a bunch of crummy troops, but you know, be all right. And this guy is good for cavalry, but well, cavalry are cheaper than hidden axes. Say we just get a couple yellow cav actually, because I think they're better than I give them credit for. And then here we'll just grab hidden axes, and then what other guy's gonna have some red cav? Why not? Some nice hidden axes. Because with really high loot, you lose campaign movement range, I guess, but it's cheaper to pay your guys and your morale's higher. So we'll just put up with the loss of movement. Alright, so now we've got our lands here. The question now is, do we move on Young Feng here? He's just got bandit stuff. This would be a really good time to deal with him. But if we hit this guy first, we could... Ooh! We could give assistance to Yuan Shao here. We wouldn't give him the land, but we could make him like us. So right now he has a little bit of a negative attitude, but... Or against Euphalo, which would be even better. Because if we did it against Euphalo, we could give him this, like, land over here that we don't want at all. And that would be... Yeah, well, you know, unless that war ends for him soon, we'll probably be okay. Cao Cao took the Tong Pass, and then the Tong Pass is going the way of the dodo. He is going to run back home. That's not great, buddy. But Yuan Shu doing fine down here. He pays me so much money. We want to see him do well. And in a turn, we'll get our access to the White Rave guys, who are, you know, fine. One of them will fit in all the armies. Alright, so... if we're gonna hit him, we don't need to wait one more turn to start going. And why wouldn't we hit him? He's just got this garrison. Yeah, because we'll get this one rolling, and then, yeah. Alright, let's get moving. You know, we aren't replenishing, but I think it's worth it to get moving. Because we don't need the army at full power if we're going to be reinforcing with another army, right? Right. And spinning up people at the gate pass with a huge 12 bonus, or 20 bonus to replen. Very good indeed. Alright. Awesome. Yeah, Tribute says very nice. So I played one Zheng campaign before, but I did it like all wrong. It was one of the first campaigns I played, right? But instead of taking mercenary contracts and stuff, I accidentally became like a vassal to Liu Biao, and I like wandered in the wasteland with nothing forever, and like wandered up to the north and found an abandoned place to sit down in because it wouldn't let me declare war on anybody. And then over time, you know, eventually grew to be powerful enough. Ooh, look at that. He's chasing Yongfeng out that way. But we haven't trespassed on him yet. But, yes, White Rider now, and then we can recruit old boy here. Ooh. Hu Chuchuan, who is hopefully not a spy, but is gonna be relieved of his horse. The Zhongnu Galloper. 10% melee evasion, fatigue resistance, and he's got a bow. 80 armor and 15 this dude. Please don't be a spy, bro. Huzzah! He is not a spy, bro. Crippling Gaze. He loses 5% of his own health, but we can get him in an army with that Yellow Turban dude that heals him. Hey? Oh, and he gets mending. And he gets mending. Sick. He can heal himself. The last Chunyu. Well, we're still going to take his horse, though. We'll try to give it back to him someday, right? I mean it. We will. We will try to give it back to him someday. Because he's probably even better at fighting than the other guy, but the Zhongnu Raiders are, I think, going to have that northern thing. We'll get the lower level guy in the army right away. And then when we extract the spy, we'll give that army this dude. Speaking of, network's going good. Do we have enough to get him out if something goes wrong? I think we can just wait a couple more turns and we'll get enough points to be able to make up for the bad things. Because sometimes they'll like catch your spy when he's trying to do something, and then you have to have extra points or else, you know, you lose him. But this guy is going to be amazing. This dude is a healer, and he's got like a negative 50 morale attack as well. And I'm just very, very excited to get this dude on my team. he's from the Yellow Turban culture, so it's really hard to pick up Yellow Turbans. Alright, so we... I mean, if he goes home, that's fine. We do need to stay here another turn, and then we'll march up, because she'll go and besiege it, and then we'll march into it to help. Alright. What's not good in this army? The peasant band is literally bad. Alright, and we can get White Wave Horsemen. Ooh, they are expensive. What do they bring to the bear? Missile resistance and shields. Alright, so they're shot cav with missile resistance and shields. That's fine. I mean, it does make them better at fighting other cavalry, right? But offensively, they're like the same as bandit raiders. They also do have scare and stuff. So I think one in the army is very good. Plus a little bit of the tech splash is always nice, right? Like that's what we researched for, and then we got it. And here we will build a tribute hall. $8,000 from Yuan Shu. Man, I just hope nobody kills him. He's doing okay right now. But the Emperor is about to grow up, and then he'll name it an enemy of the Han, and then you know, everything will devolve from there. Well, you know, the rush building on some of the stuff was bad because I didn't understand, but some of it I think is fine anyway. Alright, so if we just go... Well, he gets mending to the right, so we're going to the right. This guy gives 10 melee evasion to the infantry, so it even makes the bandit warriors, like, kind of decent. But alright. Oh, this dude gives us 15 Diplo with all factions? That is amazing! Just for being here, we don't even need... Yeah, awesome. And this guy quite likes us. How about some tribute, buddy? Right, speaking of, is there anybody who might be amenable to a tribute demand? No, it doesn't look like. Usually you gotta beat him up first, right? Because with tribute, you can't, like, offer to pay them to do it. It's not like a vassal thing where you can, like, offer them stuff. Basically, you can offer only diplomacy, and you can give them food. And speaking of what we get now. Alright, we're just gonna keep on taking the places that are, you know, the ones where we live. It'll be a sensible bandit research. Boom, 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 boom. This dude's just gonna be so awesome once we get him. And like, and Yongfeng and too will Yongfeng will be yanking him out like right when we go to declare war. So, and you can do it without extracting him too, because you can if you have enough points. You show up and you're like, hey, fight on my side in this battle. So they think it's going to be a 1v1 where you have 3 generals and their retinues, but then it's a 4v2 internally there. But here we just... We're going to move here and raid, right? Yeah. Because I don't think he's going to declare war on me about it. No, he won't. He'll let me raid him a little bit. And, well... But actually, is he amenable to tribute? You know, maybe we shouldn't fight him. Yeah. Alright. You convince me, buddy. Because if we just give him this food and a non-aggression pact... Well, how long will he live? Well, do we want this land? Not as much as we want, like, 3 grand or something that'll pay us, right? And this makes sense, too, you know? We show up raiding, and then he's like, oh, my bad. But, I mean, why shouldn't we do it, right? Yeah. Awesome. Perfect. And from him, another 3,500. Yeah, because we, with our buildings for shaking people down more effectively, I don't even know what the overall bonus is. So it's 30% from this one, 75 from this, 60% from that one. But yeah, it's more 30% from her. Just a huge boon here. And now we don't need to raid them anymore after all. They learned their lesson. And we're just gonna head up here to the pass. We are still trespassing, but hey, what are you gonna do? Worth it. Do we dare to attack him? If we do, we can give mercenary assistance to, like, Gong Sun Zan. Have we met him? No. But I like more giving it to Yufluo and giving him these lands over here. Actually kind of love that. And then later we can attack Yufluo over here with him over on this side with Yuan Shao mad at him. Yeah, I like that. Sneaky. Alright, making 13k at this point is amazing. We need to get somebody into this job. Who would be good at it? That said, 1 loot faction-wide, that's kind of okay. Well, most of these people, you just get personality bonuses here. This isn't like the hot thing at the top. Alright, well, 2 satisfaction is something. Yeah, no, I think this is good. This dude's a capable administrator. We will make him the administrator of the north. But I mean, if we do the Ufalo thing, ooh, he gets to level 2. He gets to level 2. He got to level 2, which means hidden axes. And we're broke now, but of course next turn we'll make 12k. Alright. And here I think because we're in a very awkward spot here. Well, I guess it's not that awkward. We can, because yeah, it's not that awkward. It'll just depend on what happens here, because if Zhongyang hits him and beats him there, then we'll just move up to the Gu Pass, start besieging it, and yeah. Because we want the pass. It would be nice to take the pass and then shake him down for tribute, but, you know, that might not be able to be possible. Because here on the inside of the mountains, this is where we want to be for Bandit Land, right? It is so obnoxious to get in here, especially since we have this gate pass. And once we get this one, like, it is so annoying. It takes forever. And if they, you know, are on their way, it takes, you know, seasons to get in. So they're running out of military supplies, and then we'll be able to run in and harry him. That's why we're happy to have him on this iron mine. This is on the other side of the mountain, and while it does let you get, like, supplies on the way in, you know, I'm less worried about that. Because if they take this up at the top, too, our center of power is the important thing. But making so much dosh. And the thing is, too, is all of these armies are, like, good enough. We'll just give him the shield, right? Because, yeah, we don't want... This isn't like a duelist's army. Ooh, apprentice crafter. Don't mind if I do. I guess we can pump the taxes for a turn or two. It messes with our unit's morale, but makes our morale higher. But I don't expect to be attacked right now, so a turn of doing it will be okay. And now Yuan Shao wants to give us this contract, but this guy's paying us 3,500 a turn just to exist. So you're not sure you want to have a character who gets described as an embezzler? Yeah, well, Zheng traditionally gives her husbands 1 year before getting rid of them, no matter what they do for a living, unless they annoy her in some way. But we are, after all, a bandit faction. Ooh, look at that! That's awesome. Okay, so what we get here is Wang Kuang getting knocked back a little bit, and these very scary boys pushing further away from us. Captain Kuju. Alright, so, and now they're away from here by a huge margin. We can keep these guys here to defend the pass. Love it. And, do we want to extract bro? Yes. We'll network first. And then, in a few turns, we'll go to extract. I want to be sure that he doesn't get caught. It's very important to me that he doesn't get caught. And on this front, well... this army's kind of in a silly place. But because we have someone on assignment here? No, they just... this army just has a crazy amount of military supplies. Oh, we can give him a nice little beater. There you go. All right. So now they are incredibly far away. They cannot get here, and we will be able to... well, actually, no. We'll get a merc contract against them. We just won't give this to whoever did it. So who's he at war with? So we'll mercenary assist here. Oh, he really likes this idea. We're going to be able to get a tribute here, maybe. No, because we don't have... we're already giving him... yeah, no, we're not able to push through the tribute demand. Because the merc contract's already on the table there. But, you know, pretty close. We're gonna do the merc contract anyway, though. Because I don't want to give Cao Cao more lands up here. I mean, we could. Ooh, we could, though. After all, we could. Causing him problems would be fun. I'm like, hello, Cao Cao. Pretty sure I just called you Cao Cao, but, you know... I can't help it. Sometimes I read words rather than thinking about what I'm reading, but it's Cao Cao. You know, there's a little TS sound on there, kinda. Cao. Oh, wait, no. You're at war with Wang Kuang. We need a contract for Yongsheng. So, yeah, well, yeah, we'll give it to Wang Kuang, because... the alternative is going at war with the Emperor, and honestly, well, it looks like Cao Cao is doing well enough there. Our boy Zhu Chu is here. He showed up, and, you know, there's a lot of trouble over there for Li Zhua. Dong Zhuo, the tyrant, has been slain long ago, of course. Alright, well, then we will... yeah, if we work for this guy, that will give us a better chance of requesting tribute later, right? Also, he's like a very weak dude, so helping him is fine. Who does it upset? A bunch of the people up here that already don't like us, but it makes the Liu Bei kind of dig us. Alright, yeah. This is going to make us untrustworthy. Oh, we have one more turn to wait. That's okay. We can wait one turn. Anybody can wait one turn. And we make a sound of money. This guy is described as an adroit accountant. Or adroit if you're not a Frenchman. 25% income from all sources, yeah. A self-proclaimed administrative genius and maestro of mathematics, Cao Cao unfortunately appears incapable of counting a number higher than his fingers and toes. Very, very good at math, not good at counting. What are you going to do? Yeah, one more turn. Totally appropriate, and then we'll be able to hold the pass with this army quite handily, I think. For all that only one of them is going to be good at laying a beat down on a hero, that is all you gotta have. We don't really have enough great weapons to go around, right? But actually, that guy hardly needs this. And this is not like a normal sentinel that's going to be great at dueling, but at least, you know, it'll be damage on him, and he'll be able to hit people. Because the Red Sisters, the Axis shall be an extension of my will, right? But they have to stay on our girl, or they have to go to, like, her best friend who's in the army with her, that she, like, lends to them to be her champion. That is the way. But it will be spring, and time to get rid of this husband and find another one. This is a way to get characters into your faction, too. They get upset after you divorce them, nobody knows why. Very, like, Eric Karenina about it, you know. There will be no divorce. There will be no divorce, a great song by the Mountain Goats. Sorry, I can't help it. If I ever get, like, proper famous, which will never happen, but there'll be, like, a catalog of, like, all the Mountain Goats references I ever make. That's the kind of dreams that I have. Oh no! Daoshang declares war on Yuan Shu. Things are popping off. The young emperor comes of age! Now, normally, this is like a, oh man, now I gotta care about what the emperor thinks. But, I'm a bandit. I never have to care. Oh, he marched home in time. Well, that's smart for him. Well, it still will hardly do anything, because we can... Where's the other army? Did he drop it? Maybe it went over here. Yeah, we'll just fight you next turn, bro. Like, it's not like... But, you know, he may have figured out... I'm like, we could just raid his land, right? Well, and if he comes out in the field about it, then yeah. So we'll just... Well, I mean, we do need to heal, though. Alright, fine. I mean, need is a bit strong. Xu Huang's not even going to be here. Heh. Yeah, we'll leave this one in the south, though, because this one will be here to reinforce. We'll probably want a 4th army before too long, which is just crazy to think about. That's the maximum amount of armies we can get, but, I mean, we probably want a 4th army right now, come to that. I mean, we've got a level 4 dude for it. Is this dude a spy? Let's just hire him and find out. No, we will divorce our husband, who's currently happy. Good for him. Alright, how unhappy is he? He's fine. He's feared, intrepid, and graceful. And we can send him off to get working on the surplus markets. No, he's already doing that there. We'll bring him home and then use the other one because that's like a special one. Alright, this guy is tough and hefty. Tough and hefty. Oh, 10% melee damage on army. That's fun. And he is like a Han one, so... Cruel gives loot to own army. That's nice. Alright, well, I guess we can get old hefty boy in there. Well, I mean, this guy's going to be in there, too. He's a little hefty, too. But he's, you know, non-traditional. No, and then we'll extract him, and then... Well, who's the new husband going to be? Let's find you a wife. Seek spouse. Ying Chen, he's a magician. You know, he pulled out a coin from behind her ear, and she is like, I'm gonna be married to you until I figure out that trick. Defiant, disciplinarian, and agile. Now, what we want is like a champion or a sentinel, and she keeps on marrying strategists, you know. She likes a cunning guy. Look at this guy. Look at those sleeves. You're really gonna trust a magician wearing sleeves like that? But one more infamy and we'll get our boost. That'll give us satisfaction and a bunch of other great bonuses. We'll get that right here when we declare war, which will be next turn. I guess come to that, we can go ahead and move forward. If the enemy is around, we'll just back up. And we don't really care about trespassing. What's he gonna do? Write us a strongly worded letter about it? Get wrecked. Anybody want to work for me? It's a bunch of no's I see here, but some of them are... Heyo! Liu Bei? I bet I can get you to do it. You old dog. Where you at? Because we can pay food. Nope, not enough. Not quite enough. Nope, well... If we just get a little bit stronger, he gets a little weaker. We're just going to have to keep an eye on that. Or wait, no, we can... Yeah, this'll work. Yeah, we'll give him assistance against Hanfu, which is right here. Yeah, perfect. And then we'll give him a little bit of food. Oh, no, with that we can't do the food. Alright, so how do we push it through? We can't. Alright. No. Just a little shy. Well, you know, we'll, maybe we won't do a mercenary contract, and, like, in a turn or something, we'll be able to do it, but... Well, we could get peace with him, and then... Well, if we got peace, though, then I bet that would make him not want the contract, so let's not do that. We can also just spin up a whole nother army and use that to threaten him, since we're rich. Liru is here. Liru is fun because you just look at that face and you're like, I wonder if he's a good guy. Like, is that a skull in the front of his hat? It isn't, but it looks like it could be. Because whenever I see a guy with a little evil villain mustache, I think probably a normal dude. People will judge you based on appearances, and that's why I have this mustache. With it on, no one can see me at all. It's like I just walk through, because like think of the typical disguise: eyebrows, human nose, mustache. That is the quintessential disguise. And now, a man already in possession of quite thick eyebrows and a human nose, I am complete. Li Ru, called the Vicious Shadow. He's just a misunderstood dude. Sometimes his shadow goes, you know, gets a little nippy at people, but hey, it's all fine. This campaign is going great. I mean, it's not... It is. A trade agreement? You unscrupulous dog. You can give me tribute. You're gonna wish you did. Yubei pieces out with Hyunfu, so that might have been... You know, we might be a little too late for all this. Oh, but we will say that greediness is good, and this will increase our friendliness with Songxian here. He is the Clint Eastwood character for a fistful of copper, you know. He for a few coppers more. The man with no name here. But he got made for the mod. I don't know if he's based on a historical Clint Eastwood type or not. It's hard to say. Going across the bottom is fine and gives you good stuff, but I think the top is better here because it gets us to, like, fire arrows and stuff better, and, you know, just being delayed one extra turn from getting to, like, Nature's Ally, not that desirable. Alright. And now he has moved away from the past, the fool. Alright, so let's see what kind of contract we can get for this guy. Because the sooner we do this contract, the sooner we kill him and get another one. Alright, he's at war with Wang Kuang, Liu Shui, and there. Alright, so Wang Kuang is the guy to go to. Unless the Yubei's situation changed over the turn. It did change over the turn. Liu Bei, I propose that you pay me. I'm rich. 19K, baby. Oh yeah, speaking of, we gotta put the taxes down a little bit. 17K, baby. Making 3.8 from Liu Bei, 8 from Yuan Shu, 3.5 from Zhang Yang, and 3.7 from Zhang Yang. Zhang Yang. They're both called that. All right. How do I say their names differently? Zhang Yan and Zhang Yang. Because there's a G. There you go. That's how to differentiate them. The whole letter at the end. Not a hard one to notice. Anyway. We are so rich. And here we spend the redeploy into food. And it is 1,000, not 100 like it says. But it's still worth doing, I think. Because, I mean, at the rate that we're making money, I mean, obviously doing 6,000 here wouldn't be good like we did in the early ones. But really, spending all that money super early was fine because it got us the jump that we needed. Because, you know, it took us 4 years to get over here. We started on this campaign with no land at all, and you start right here. And the game wants you, well, theoretically, to set up here and then, like, see what you're doing. But instead, we got a contract with Cao Cao, gave him some of this land for money, and then migrated all the way up here. Noticed that this would be a super good place to live, and now we are the Bandit Queen of the mountains. Not really the Bandit Queen, that's a rank, But, you know, we're going to be the Bandit Queen by the Decembrists. Speaking of song recommendations, Bandit Queen by the Decembrists, really love that one. But you guys know me. I am a known celebrator of the Decembrists catalog. Oh yeah, we need to get a contract here, because I can't believe Liu Bei just sprung for a tribute, but I guess he is a... Well, actually, I do believe it, right? Because for all he knows, yeah, he's right here, and for all he knows, I'm not about to declare war on anybody else here. The only war I had over here was him. So, yeah, you know, from his perspective, time to pay me. Wonderful. Oh, sick. And Dao Shang also gets cowed by our military might. Oh, I'm so rich. Because as soon as they're just, like, afraid of you existing, you know, we need to be in more wars with people so that we can make them afraid of us so that they will pay us tribute. All right. This is a shockingly great amount of money. Plus 20,000 is... Yeah, we can get the most premium of armies for every army that we're allowed to have, and it won't make a dent in that. Of course, if any of these guys die, we're going to lose access to some of this money. Familiar to the Hazards of Love. Well, that's a great one. You know, I really celebrate the Crane Wife probably the most out of the catalog, but they've got a couple of really nice EPs as well. Picaresquetes. Picaresque is another great record there. And then, but Hazards of Love, real good. I like... Is it part 3 or 4? Anyway. I like how, you know, orchestral and sort of like, you know, narrative the Decembrists get. You know, they really always do their best. And they pull around all the themes, and then it just like all weaves together, and you're like, wow, this is very rousing, isn't it? You know, like, I don't know. I like when a song like sort of gets under your skin and pulls you up like a hot air balloon. Some people don't have that phenomenon happen to them, I guess, and I'm like, oh. Happens to me every time I listen to Joanna Newsom. Alright, we're gonna try to extract the spy, or... No, we'll, if he shows up with the spy, I think we can extract him then. Yeah, so let's get this contract. We're just gonna get the contract. You know, maybe... Because... And then we will... ask for a large one-time payment from him. Commensurate to almost all of his money. And because Jiang Feng is a bandit, basically everybody likes this. Alright. This army is likely... Okay, so this is excellent. We're going to be able to roll in right here. Okay. He might even help us in this fight for all I know. He does. Sick. Part 3 of the Kid Choir. Okay, yeah, not that one then. Not my favorite, the Kid Choir. And then here, we gift it to Mercenary Lord, because we don't need this one. This is farmland, and farmland is good, but... If we just get the farmland, this is like a push-off point. Yeah, you know, why don't we just take it? Because we take the farmland... And now we've got this place further out from the gate pass to stage from, and more notice that they're coming in. Hello, Luke. Dude, Luke, we are rocking out. Zhang Yong's paying us. Zhang Yong is paying us. Liu Bei is paying us. Dao Shang, his dad just died, is paying us. We're making 21k a turn. 24,000 from tributaries. My girl. Alright, so I think we take the land for the food. Yeah. Farmland good. Because we don't need to give Wong Kwong any land here. You know, we don't... Getting the farmland to be offset from the gate pass is desirable. And if Zhang Yong is in here, I mean, he'll be too afraid to attack us anyway. Got him. That's right. On this day, the glorious Zheng, the bandit of the Black Mountains, succeeded in shaking down the Chancellor of the Han Empire. Give me the money. Boom, baby. I'm rich! Actually, that one's not so good. Yeah, I think we're just gonna get rid of you, buddy. The Bandit Queen has no use for you. Also, Luke, I learned that the instant construction things are bugged for this faction, so they just cut off a 0. But, you know, it's not as cheap as I thought, but it's still pretty affordable. And, you know, definitely was worth rushing all of the tribute bonuses anyway. As we see from here, you know, the... Man, 7,000 out of Lijua there. Amazing. And then it'll be time to extract this dude, and then we'll have this dude who's got, you know, mending and this hurt myself to hurt the enemy ability. Which I guess, at the least, we can just use it to lock them down. Because so for 10 seconds they can't move, and then for 20 seconds they just don't do very much damage at all. So, yeah, I can definitely see that this would be worth the HP sacrifice. And especially since we'll have a healer with him, and he's got mending himself and all. Pretty cool. The Mark of Scorn. This guy's a great pickup out of the recruitment pool, because 15 Diplo to all factions for being in your faction is just very good. All right. And here we want to get out of there so that we can potentially retreat away if he moves in here. But if he does that, then we will extract the spy. Grand Excellency, if only you would become unhappy and join me. It's not the heir. Anyway, the stage is set, right? I mean, look at... I mean, for It's actually, except for Liu Bei being entirely in the wrong place. Lady Wu? Is Sansa... No, is Sansa dead? Maybe they just never made him in charge of it. No? No, he just ain't in charge. Got it. It's from the line of the Wu family now. You don't even need to see where the father was from. She's the empress. Interesting. Alright, we need to spin up this army now. Need is a strong term. We just need to prepare for what happens after this, right? So where are we going? We could attack Yuan Shao, but I think, honestly, going over here and hitting Yufluo is better. Push him out of this area here, and then we can just... I'm sure plenty of people don't like him. Yeah, we can take a contract with maybe Yuan Shao, right? And then give him some of these crummy lands. Yufluo's a warmonger. Yeah, you know, I figured he'd be a bad... It said mercenary, neighbor, raider, strategically belligerent, destructive, you know. Like, he didn't seem like he would be a cool dude to hang out with. But one more battle and we'll be in Acknowledged, which will make us much stronger and get us a lot more money. We just need to get another army. Okay. We can only get one more. Well, we need to pull a couple of people off of assignment then. Just one. And then we will get... I think Wisdom of the River is probably the most desirable thing to get in one of these stacks. So we'll go ahead and get her, even though she's level 1. And then the other person will be... the Yellow Turban spy for that one. We're not so different. You remember when I told you, Yufluo, that we're not so different, you and I? We're not so different, you and I. You see, I did say that. Anyway, I'm going to take a short break, and we'll be right back for this siege. Well, actually, we're going to auto it, aren't we? I mean, we'll almost certainly auto it. But we'll see. I mean, he might come up and attack us. But I'll be right back.
时值丧乱，生民鲜少。
Alrighty then. Yes, we will invite him to join our coalition. Indeed. Also, we joined a coalition with Kongrong. I thought it was funny. I thought it was deeply funny, actually. Kongrong's like, we're not so different, you and I. Ah, look at that. He marches up, thinks better of it. And now we go to extract him. And yank him out of the army. And now this stack only has one guy in it. And now here... Well, we should do the siege first, because we might be able to extract tribute here. Well, you know, he says never. I believe him. But he's super beat up. This would give us... We need to do this pass first, so that we can move here, so that Zhu Hong will be the last fight, so that if we capture him with this stack, we'll have the potential to pick him up. Because if we get this guy, if we get Zhu Hong into an army with a healer, the world is an oyster, and we are going to hit it with an axe. That axe will be his axe, and then we will eat the oyster. The cleaver of oysters, we will rename it. It's funny when they hate you so much, you're supposed to be neutral. Yeah, it happens in Warhammer sometimes. They're like, it's a fine day with you around. But yeah, there's no point in doing this, of course, as it's just a gate pass with no one in. If they had been inside, we would have done it, because, well, it would have been a lot tougher on us. But boom, we grab it. We're clearly not giving it to the mercenary lord. We need this gate pass. I don't really want to reduce the settlement level, because I quite like having it at a high one. And then, yeah, we'll just start the weapons thing, because, like, honestly, item creation is what we need the most here. At plus 31, like... Oh, because we finally got the infamy, so that's another 25% there. Yeah. And, of course, now we're really rocking. 50 prestige to the next rank. So rich. Zheng gets to level 5. Perfect. But getting to Poison Blade is pretty good. But honestly, taking one more level to get to it and going on this bottom line seems desirable too, yeah. Because if we go here, we'll get one more army here, and that is good. We're already going bottom line there. Would we take a whole army over getting to Wisdom of the River or anything? I mean, it depends on what happens when we're there. But it never misses. Yeah, never. Oh, we can't get to him this turn? Well... I think in this case we just besiege them and hope that the way that it stacks out that he will attack us or get popped or something before we... We'll go here. And he can still walk around us somehow. Well, anyway, we'll be closer to him than before. Alright, there we go. Now he can't walk around us, so we'll be able to get him. Hopefully. We definitely don't want to do this garrison fight right now. I mean, they're not going to get any stronger, but the chance at getting Shu Huang... Isn't Zhang Yang giving us money? Yeah, yeah. We're just in his lands to stop Zhang Hong's army from going south here. We're not trying to hit him. Yes, Zhang Yang and Zhang Yan are giving us money. But yeah, I wanted to go down so he couldn't march through. Although, I'm not sure he would do that, but I just didn't want to give him the choice. And it looks like Zhang Yang, speaking of, has gone up here and taken the horse pasture from Yuan Shao. Got to love it. You know, Cao Cao has got to be thinking that his initial investment in me is very good, but he probably hasn't heard how good I'm doing. Heyo! One more person in the world has heard of me. Pay me. Glorious day. Little by little, the coalition of people who are happy to pay tribute to me grows. 40,000 in Diplo income, and you get about 4K every time you get a guy, no matter how poor they are. Glorious. Yeah. Proud of himself for inciting chaos in the north, unaware of the consequences. Classic plotting, right? You know, he's just like, hey, that bandit sorted things out in my lands and then left. She did exactly what she promised to do. She smashed the turbans, and then I let her walk through my stuff, and she didn't rob me at all. All true, mind you. All true. Alright, let's get this army spun up. The way to get here is through this. Yes. Because going over this way is madness. Well, in that case, spinning it up at the pass would be better for the replan bonus. And then next turn, old boy will be back. And we're gonna put Hu Qinting in there for a Wisdom of the River, just for intense destruction. Yeah. Well, you know, if we do the bandit patrols here, since we're about to be potentially annoying them there, and then we can, I mean, oversee mustering. Yeah, well, no, we're mustering at the pass. We will oversee mustering at the pass. Yeah, yeah. Cao Cao, what a plan. Like, well, now that there's been a revolution, I bet things on our other front will be calm for a little while. And, you know, I bet he's right. To be fair to Cao Cao, he's the only one here who's not having to pay me. And we're just gonna get a couple of the white waves. Or really maybe just like one, even though we can afford more. I hate the idea of having these northern dudes, but actually, you know, maybe it'll be fine. Maybe it'll be fine. We'll use them a little bit, and if they run away and I get mad about it, then we just won't use them, you know. Be fine. Let's get two of them. One to run with one guy and one to run with the other one. After all, we are preposterously wealthy. Speaking of, let's go ahead and swap a couple into this stack as well. With all of our money, there's no reason to be using these sort of like non-premium stacks, except for, you know, if they're level 1, they can't get hidden access yet. But how dare he? Yes, I acknowledge this. Oh, they don't want to call for aid. Well, fine. Oh, really? Really? You wouldn't defend me in my hour of need, and now you come to me after I've been attacked, grievously attacked. Liu Bei joined the coalition of Yuan Shao. Does that mean he's gonna stop paying me? No, he's still paying me. Okay. I'm like, that would be outrageous. After all, he just started. And crucially, we get to catch this guy out here, so our plan is planning. Bum 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 bum. We will employ you. After all, who knows what you do for a living? Maybe you have poison volley. Is that 34K? How's that even possible in 7 years? Well, I'll tell you. I'm awesome. Tributaries. Zheng can demand tribute from people. It's like you get paid for vassals, only in a different mechanic. They don't work for you. You do it to, like, threaten peace with people. Very early... Alright, so Zheng starts over here. I didn't take any land. I took a contract against the Yellow Turbans with Cao Cao. Move over here and spike Hedong in, what, like 193 or 194? And then, right before I got there, Yuan Shu approached me, and he wanted me to support his legitimacy for Emperor. And he started paying me a whole lot of money then to do it, which, awesome. Couldn't be happier. Then we get up here, and there are buildings to build more tribute income. So, you know the whole story. But yeah, but that's how it's possible. Yeah. There you go. That's how you do it. 40K from that. That is how to do it. And, oh, happy day. The White Wave veteran is here. Let's see these sentinels. Is one of them gonna... My girl. Alright, so this is a regular sentinel. I mean, fine. Hardly that desirable. Does he have good personalities? Defiant, stalwart, distinguished, reckless. I mean, no. But yeah, so definitely her. Definitely her. But do we want to... Because I think we want her in the main army, right? For Joy's sake. But yeah, basically what happened recently was that we shook down everyone over here. We got Zhang Yan, we beat him up and got tribute from him. We got tribute from Zhang Yang. We got into a war over here, and then we also like picked up Liu Bei and Dao Shang and Ying Shao very recently, and Li Zhua we got. So yeah, just a ton of money from threatening people. And the more armies you get, you know, the bigger and scarier you are, and the more likely they are to want to pay you tribute. But we don't want tribute from him. We want to capture Zhu Huang here. Alright, so 0% chance to capture. Well, it looks like we're not going to capture him. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, yeah, well, welcome to the party, buddy. He'll actually, of course, be quite good here. And he's got many of his unique units. We have access to the White Wave Horsemen, but yeah, we'll go ahead and grab him. And he's got a Master Crafter. How nice his army will be able to rock out there. This farmland, I think we keep again, rather than handing over, just because... You know, getting the food is, I think, desirable. I get 1 infamy from knocking it down. Yeah, we might as well. And maybe next turn, dude will show up in the pool, maybe. Alright, so he's level 4, kind, defiant, and energetic. He is a bandit, but he's quite far away from mending. Still at level 4, you know, he'll be good enough at being in an army. So you go now. Well, Yuan Shao just declared war on us here, so we can hit him, or we can hit Han Fu and try to get tribute there. But we are moving, we're going to be moving 2 armies this way to deal with Yufulo, and then 2 armies this way to deal with the next step here. And this stack I am very excited for, because once we get the healing offline, offline, like, it's gonna be... I've never really used it, but... And this splash attack for negative 50 morale, we need somebody with Surge in here, right? Do we have anybody with Surge? She has Surge, but she's on, like, the wrong side of the tree. Because that's got a 5-minute cooldown. I mean, it does get you what you need to do, but... Her abilities are so good for, like, reserves and stuff, but... But honestly, if we just... I feel like having her around to boost Knowledge of the Mind just gives this stack, like, a lot of unique power. But we were going to put the Bandit Sentinel in there. Do we have another army yet? No, this is... We only have 4. Okay. Well, she doesn't have to be in the stack.
人有何贵干？
向前进军，准备远征。
以柔克刚，给我闪开！
But no, we're gonna go both sides. That's where we're gonna go. And now with these characters, you know, that's a lot of good stuff. But you know, we're just gonna keep our eye out, our watchful eye, and hope to get a benefit here. Do these lands give us more of the bandit network discount? All right, yeah, awesome. But we're you know, we're not going based on what we get. We're going based on the speed of the research, right? Keep mustering there, and yeah, because any 2 stacks should be able to beat what we run into, right? Especially with our I have lots of towers living. He's offering us a mercenary card. That guy works for me, Liu Bei. Be reasonable. Oh, you're not reasonable at all. Just keep on paying me, buddy. How about that? Because, of course, we're so close to achieving the real dream, which is having armies that are strong enough where we just, like, go anywhere we want. Huh? Huh. Huh. Well, this is funny. And it makes sense, you know. Cao Cao and Yuan Shao enter into a coalition to fight our coalition. Lady Wu leaves Yuan Shu's coalition. You know, it's all... because he's been declared an enemy of the Han and stuff. Alright, so somebody in our court, Chui Juan, I'm like, I don't recognize that name as somebody who works for me, but we're gonna execute him because, you know, you can't be calling yourself the son of heaven. You're not the emperor. I'm like, was that guy one of my generals? I don't. Anyway. Oh, he is associated with Taiyuan, and then I'm like, isn't this like out of time? Yeah, it's probably a little bit out of time. It doesn't matter. What a weird event. It gave it to me though. And then he'll get loot in enemy territory soon enough. And we're just going to move in here. And we're going to be getting somebody else into the army, so we might as well move, even though we dropped the mustering bonuses, but it'll be alright. They do a census bomb. Yeah, she inherited the faction instead of Sun Tzu in this timeline. He's still alive, but like I guess she was made the heir, and it never swapped over or whatever. Because Sun Xian died, but she's here. Sun Tzu's still alive and in her faction, but she is the leader, so she absolutely has a chance to get one of the Emperor's seats. I don't know how well she's doing down there. She's probably doing fine. Right now, it's a certainty that Cao Cao will get one of the Emperor's seats. I'm not really sure how well the other people are doing. Yuan Shao, having declared war against me, it will have his work cut out for him. Alright, so we do not get Zhu Hong in there. That's not too surprising. I don't think we had faction fondness with him or anything. We never captured him to release him. But, crucially, the White Wave Warlord, and we will get him on assignment here. We're gonna do Luo Li. If we were, yeah, we drop her. That's right. We drop her. And get Luo Li in this army so that she can pump up the usage stuff for the healer. And then we'll get the Sentinel into this army next turn, the Bandit Sentinel, and that'll be the crew. Hardened Brutes. These are those northern things. And he's just level 1, so the bandit gang is just fine. There, yeah, we'll get... It's better than peasant. I mean, we can just leave it there. We don't... I mean, the money is meaningless, but we might as well just leave it. We're going to upgrade it ere too long anyway. And these armies are going to be pretty sweet, and these armies are already pretty sweet. It's going to be a great time. We can share the spoils here. And, well, actually here, let's not. It's a silly choice. I don't even think we get a bonus from that. Yeah, you don't, but you know. In that case, we'll just move up forward here. Awesome stuff. Infamy is acknowledged, which gives us that morale when attacking, which is so important. Ah, disgusting. That was cold. That was cold. The very last part of French press coffee, when very cold, still has, you know, the joy of coffee in it, but not any of the goodness of the taste. And they are all popping off. Han Fu left their coalition. Zhuge Zhuan declares war on Lady Wu. It's all happening everywhere. And apparently the faction develops. I guess that's probably because we have this guy and he was probably the leader of that faction or something, maybe. But anyway. Maybe that's why. Maybe we have like some old faction leader, so we're getting some of their events. But We've got this guy. I am so excited for this Yellow Turban dude. We've never had like a Yellow Turban in an army that wasn't on the Yellow Turban campaign, and honestly, that one was so long ago, I barely remember anything.
欢迎，朋友。请进，朋友。
He says he'll never pay me tribute, but what we know is that he might. But Yunxiao might be marching up the mountains here, or trying to, but if we come in this way, then he will have to get distracted there. We're just going to trespass over Liu Bei's lands here on the grounds that my man ain't going to do anything about it. I don't think waiting a turn is advantageous here. I think it's just fine to move out with half-dead guys, because if we don't move forward, you know, the closer we are to danger, the further we are from harm. And right here, we're still going to be able to get in and loot. Okay, there are a lot of people in the pool now. They are probably all spies. Saboteur. That gets... Poison Volley? No. Tenacity from the start. But they do get at Poison Volley. Well, we're going to take away the Shaman here. And give it to... This guy more chance to capture. Now she is definitely a spy from Yunxiao. So we will just say goodbye to her. But definitely worth the 1,000 to take the ancillaries away. I assume all these guys are spies from Yunxiao, but you know, if they have an item, it's worth it to take it away anyway, and then we'll, you know, evaluate things later. Speaking of, it's spring again, and you know what that means. Yangchen, I divorce you. And here we meet a nice charlatan named Guitong. He's graceful, tough, and quiet. Maybe he'll be able to... Yeah, there we go. What a good item for this faction. Overseer gives you +5 loot when commanding. That is, of course, highly desirable. And this girl is bright, so she gives 10 loot to own army, and I think this guy gives 10 loot to own army as well. So if we give her this loot when commanding thing, we get pretty close to just having so much loot. Yeah, there we go. There we go. 45 loot gain from characters. That means this army can just straight share the spoils anytime we want. And stay maxing out as long as we're going godlike. Perfection. No need for improvements. Ah, this guy is a potential turncoat. My favorite kind of spy. Build the network. Oh, and he's leading an army too. Oh, we were about to pop off pretty hard. I mean, I know you might be looking and thinking, ain't that already going down? Well, yeah, but even more. Because she's a fugitive officer, which starts with poison volley. And crucially, most of these armies are going to never be alone. You know, they're going to always have their friends with them. And we'll just wait like another turn or two here, and then we'll move out that way. Speaking of turn or two, can we get bonus here? Well, we can... Yes, supervise the construction. Got plenty of public order here. Let's get to collecting taxes. You're level 1. It would be better if you weren't. And this guy is a spy too, but the farmer giving us more food. All right, so where is she? Ah, here we go. Pop growth there, but I mean the food is better. Maybe. Build our weapon thing. I mean, I guess with this amount of income, yeah, it's just better to push it through, because, yeah, we're getting 4K from that. We spend 4 on this, and then another 8,000 to push it through, but then it's 2,000 a turn. Yeah, it's absolutely worth it. It's absolutely worth it. And then we'll build the forge there, and then upgrade here. Yeah, that's... takes us up to 42K from tributaries. And of course, eventually we're going to start losing some of these guys because they're going to stop being factions. But, you know, at plus 36, we can lose a few of them. And the only way they can stop paying us is if they declare war. So... And this guy gets that ballistic rain set up and all, so that'll be nice, just like this fellow does. You know, we're going to get some really cool moves that we didn't use in the earlier runs. Exciting times. And the reform choices here. Swift skirmishers or swift spears. I mean, both of these are pretty decent, right? Because the swift spears are kind of fast, good charging. You know, AP anti-large. One of those in all the armies to charge against. You know, like an embroiled unit. Be good. But here we get Black Mountain. Oh yeah, because the Black Mountain hunters have axes. I think, yeah, let's just take this one, because some of these spear infantry will be totally solid as, like, run in and stab them infantry. But we're about to start having satisfaction problems. If we cut a little bit of tax, if we do this, we'll get... Really, this reduces the morale of our units by the bonus here, when attacking. Well, we're still okay with high satisfaction. I think we can tank it for a little while. But no, these guys are both spies, right? Yeah. No, this guy's our husband. This guy's a spy. Boom, boom, boom.
你我应当结盟，
We'll invite Ying Xiao. Yeah, you know, it's a coalition of people that are paying
后会
me.
有期。
I'm not sure what our alliance is called. We should look it up. Alliance of the Righteous Bandit Queen.
属
Just
下
rolls
一
off the
定会
tongue.
喜欢的。
Offering us a mercenary contract against Cao Cao. Well, I mean, that would be fruitful for
我
you.
方尊重你的决定。
For you. Last names are random from a small list. Ah. Sometimes they seem like pretty appropriate, and sometimes they're just like lofty and don't really fit the people that are in them. The Alliance of the Cloud Soaring Crane and all. Oh yeah, a little trade agreement.
欢迎朋友。
Oh yeah, that's right. We've got like the good horse and stuff too. Nothing like a good old trade agreement. After all, you're only paying me with my own money.
欢迎，我们
Glorious.
我方同意。好的，请讲。秩序井然，则四海可定。不行。
Soaking the money in, and now up to positive 44,000. Because, I mean, like, what's the point in not rushing an upgrade if that's what you're getting from it, right? And then we're just going to push the forges because I am... You know, the food buildings are actually pretty quick, too. We might as well. Pretty affordable. Don't really think we need this workshop. Well, it is making a bunch of money, probably. Say personally, you prefer him to be out of Taiyuan entirely, but that one Iron Man is different. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. When we got him there, I was like, especially if he's like paying us, then I mean, he's not likely to make friends with you in Chao, so it's still the same problem for military supplies there for him. And I was just thinking, do I want to have an outpost over here that I'm going to be stuck on? This was, when we did that, of course, that was before we got all of these guys paying us, so I didn't know how it was going to go over on this side. Galgon, who starts there, was dead before we got him. Yeah, I did. I was like, what happened to our boy? The roughest start you've ever seen. And that was the one that I told you should play when you asked. Alright, he gets to level 3. Excellent. Gets night battles when commanding, so that'll probably... should put him there. Well, I mean, when relevant. I don't actually think she needs to be... No, well, the loot thing, but... Yeah, but we'll leave her in command until... No, because he gets the loot and enemy territory shamelessness, so we definitely want him to be in charge. Okay. Well, then we will take this from her.
谁在叫我？
要如炎夏一般，绝不心慈手软。
And you do the Poisoned Fang. This guy's pretty sweet, right? Gets loot to the own army. 25 post-battle loot. Has this... It's like a hamstring plus morale hit. And then he still gets flames on the other side of the tree. So it's like instead of roar, you get like the damage plus the cooldown hit on it. But we picked him up. I think he starts with Zheng, but we picked him up there. It was fun, American. Yeah, maybe I'll do it one day, right? Alright, so which army is the most beat up? Hers, then we'll do a share with her. Alright, yeah, we wanna get a contract here. Who's at war with you, Hanfu? Wang Kuang, there we go.
朋友，别来无恙。
Well, he's pretty close to giving us Merc tribute for this, but honestly, just getting... Because the alternative is what? Giving it to Yufluo? That'd be even more unpopular with people. And really, it's just about getting the cool benefits for it. Oh, yeah, you're right. You right, non-aggression. I forget that you can do the, that's military access even. Well, I mean, at that point, we might as well, right? What's it hurt for him to have access, and if we get to walk on his land, so much the better. Cao Cao doesn't like the idea much, but what's he gonna do? Send me a strongly worded letter? Come across the river? Oh, I'd like to see him try. I wouldn't. I'd like to see him try. Boom, baby! Luke, this is why you are my wise advisor. If we ever figure out how to rename somebody in this game, I hope you've got a name picked out. Fulfilling the contract. Because Hanfu is, of course, on the worst footing here. Well, it's like, those are special yellow things. I want them. It says we're supposed to destroy him. I figured if we just left him alive, someone else might kill him first. And honestly, I was like, you know, he's got faction fondness. We've released him a couple of times. I figured the best way to get into him, because also getting to that iron mine was far, you know, from where we were. So I figured we'll just free him. Everybody hates him. They'll probably kill him. He's on the wrong side of the mountain. And if they don't, then he'll keep paying me for a while. And if he ultimately declares war again, we'll crunch him.
心有所欲，因而导之。
绝不留情。
Yeah. Like some glory, right?
这就是轻视我等的代价。
And here, this livestock farm is a little bit out front, right? Of where we want to be, but not really. Because we're not married to just, like, having our power base in the Black Mountains. We can extend it out and then not care about any of this, right? That's the point of a bandit holdout. You know, we send our tendrils out, and then if they want to take this stuff, yeah, fine. Also, we can sell it for diplomacy and whatever. Yeah. Loot and occupy. Sack, loot, and then occupy with the other one. Ah, right.
胜者王侯，败者寇，把战利品都呈上来。
我军如有天助，气焰大盛。 遵命。
And this army can, like, share the spoils and only go down the tiniest amount because of their bonuses. This makes them an ideal reinforcement stack.
斩尽杀绝。 诛尽王侯。
Push the mustering grounds. No reason not to, right? We've got the money. We need to use the money to get to momentum. Across the bottom here. Boom. This will get us another trade thing, and the range damage for the retinue is, you know, fine. But really, it's about getting us closer to Stalker, which will be very nice indeed if we've got a forest to fight in. Because hidden axes in a forest suddenly are highly evasive. And these guys are very punchy, you know, with 32 AP damage. That's respectable. They swing a lot per turn. Per minute. Per turn. You know what? He's at war. Let's give him his horse. That's what a good guy I am. You know, we got him. He's not a spy. I love you, buddy. Sorry we took your horse away for a second. I was always going to give it back to you, just like I said. And we need to grab the towers thing from Yongfeng's army. Because we got another... I didn't see this exceptional tower guy, the whole other thing, and now we have taken them off of a couple of guys. So plus 2 towers. Yes, the union of the 2 towers. And of course we got a fugitive officer out of one of these wars. Clean. Say Marcus Corn is an amazing ability, but he offsets 5 money. Yeah, I was looking at it too, and I was like, you know, this would be good too for, because it reduces their damage and stuff, for those moments when, like a Guan Yu type character or a Zhu Huang type character is like in your guys and you just barely notice, you know. You hit this on them and then suddenly it's like more of a, I can solve it. And I figured too, you know, we get him in this army with the healer guy, and then, you know, we'll have, you know, knowledge of the body eventually, you know, be able to heal him there. And then he has bending as well, but like we've got inspiring surge because like I wanted surge in this thing because this has a 3-minute cooldown, but it's such a crazy ability that I figured, you know, if we just keep one in that army, then we can get like some real good results. All right, 50k income a turn. And they said it shouldn't be done. Oh, and there's a little Turban rebellion up there. Funny. Speaking of funny, you and Chao better, like, get over here really quick or we're going to rip up some of this stuff. And if he does get over here real quick, what I mean is, how dare you, sir? Jiang hunters? And then potential night battle stuff there. You know, our infamy is proceeding now that we're riding to war. You know, we're going to be able to get some, because, you know, we spent a lot of years just not doing much. I say with an income of 50,198. Like that was what we were making as Lu Bu at the end when everyone in the world worked for us. Melee cavalry, yeah. Well, what we want. So I don't know what level we get the Chen Peacekeepers, right? Yeah, exactly. We've already researched them. That's what I was like, that's what we want. But I don't know when we get them. I assume level 6. When we get access to them, I mean, it's going to be a total party here. We're going to have Qin peacekeepers with this economy. Like... And we'll bro around with him and bond. This guy already likes us plenty. On a character. Alright, yeah. Military tab. Like, what does it look like? Here we go. Qin Royal Guard at level 6. Qin Peacekeepers level 6. Yeah, level 6. And when we do get them, I mean, look at them. You know, you've used them. I've never used them. But look at them. 440, who cares? We can unlock Fury Baha'i? Yeah, I guess. Have I just opened your eyes to how it's more fun to play this faction than every other faction in the game? Fury Baha'i right there. Oh, baby, oh, baby. That's just 2 jumps away. And we can get Watchmen of the Empire, who are very shielded. You know, we should probably go over to get Fury Baha'i, huh? Yeah, let's just drop finishing this one. I think it's worth it. You already knew about bandits, yeah. But because this being factionless with this too, because like we can go anywhere. We can go anywhere. We can just like, there will be a campaign with Zheng. Probably the next Zheng campaign we do is going to be migrating down to this island here and reaving from there. The bandits. It'll be great. Because again, we know we can make lots of money running around. For ensuring that every faction gets the bonus once they're out of land. Oh, okay. So it like turns on when you're out of land? Because even then, you know, you could entirely become factionless. That's how they were able to go. Well, I see. Shun Yu, want to work for me, bro? And we just go to ambush here. Ooh, well. I should have went the other way. No, if we go here, then he'll come back. Yeah, we'll just march up here. It's fine. We don't really lose much replan. It's okay. Because even if he moves up in there, what's that going to do? That's going to have him stuck up in here. Well, these armies could march up to intercept him. I figure he'll turn around, though. Because he's here, it's harvest now, it'll be winter. He's already pretty beat up. I wish I could see what his stuff was, but... Still must have our contracts right. Definitely gives you trouble. All right. So much money. Just need to, all right, this guy. We do want to hold on to him, question mark. Huge armor. Let me just give him a cup real quick, and that'll appease him for a second. Yeah, I was just like, we can definitely take him. I wanted to go over here and hit this. But yeah, I guess we can just... Go up this way, and then... Because if he goes in there, there's nowhere for him to run away. I mean, if we lose the city, we will lose like 12,000 income, right? It is a huge thing to lose if we lose it. Man, this is already making 3.8. Man, bandit economy, right? Heyo, we respect the peace. Pretty cool. I was trying to sit back and conduct your research banner networks. Yeah, we weren't trying to go out too far. I just, you know, a little bit of a standoff zone was nice, and Yuan Shao needed to get cut down to size. He declared war on me. He invaded my beloved mountains. But I was definitely wanting to, you know, solidify this up here and move out in that direction and stuff. Inspiring presence for this army. Oh, because he's the rival. He's upset again. Desires higher court position. We could just pay him to not want one. Composure from our girl there, who will be able to... did he surrender on final capture? Yes. Or no? Did we get him out of... Maybe... I think we got him out of the recruitment pool... Yeah, because we beat him, and we wanted Zhu Huang out of the final capture. Or was... No, Yongfeng was there, and he did surrender, I think is what happened. And Zhu Huang got away. Because Zheng Hong was the guy at the other side, and that's where we got him, and the Bandit Sentinel there. But yes. And we know this fool here, and of course, we've got peace mediated with this guy, humorously. All right. 团结一致，心怀荣耀。
正在行进。
唯有扫清六合，天下才能平定。稍事休息。
Hey, and then we just get to... No, I mean, we loot and occupy. There's no reason not to loot and occupy it, right? We get a little bit of infamy. It's worth it. The smashing and leaving thing, Zheng's army didn't have the movement to get up there to it, so... And then tons and tons of food will help you out. We're already making quite a lot of it. We gave away some food for the earlier deals, of course, but...
那就这么办吧。
考虑不周。
拿起武器。
He does have night battle, so we will have to worry about that if he hits us. But if he moves for a night battle, we'll be able to retreat off and he'll use all his movement and then we'll hit him. Gives you 9% off Cav faction-wide. Very good.
所谓难得而易失者，时也。汉室危在旦夕，各路诸侯或是临危受命，或是趁此乱世。
I guess I'm a very fancy bandit now.
群雄四起，刀兵相见。如今海内混乱，只有一条真理。
Yeah, I'm a raider. I'm a raider now. That also means we get access to more armies, which means we're going to recruit, you guessed it, more armies. Huh? Glorious day. Do you still have your elephant? Do you still have her? Tell me you have her. Best campaign ever. Best campaign ever. Don't be a spy. Don't be a spy. She's definitely a spy, but we can take the elephant away. And we will. Now, without... You know, the abilities are fine. But really, we can find a better person for this elephant. But yeah, we'll hold on to her. We don't want her to leave, but I mean...
枯叶凋零，新法萌生。
I mean, if we gave her a super high court position, we might be able to get her to 100 satisfaction, right? And at 100, we'll be fine. And then she'll stop being a spy, right? Eventually, maybe. But, crucially, Oliphant. Alright, now we just have to find the single best person to give an elephant. We'll figure it out. It's almost certainly going to be somebody green. But it could be like a red guy with really great armor. You know, actually, he'd be really good at it. But we would miss the Mark of Scorn. Well, and Mending. Because somebody red that gets Final Rush and has excellent armor would be... Like 80 armor and gets Final Rush. That would be real good. We could put him... Oh, that only works not on an elephant. I'm like, if he gets hidden on an elephant, that'd be funny. But, alright, well, none of these people are suitable to ride the elephant, right? We need,
请下命令。
We need to get a whole new person to ride an elephant. I guess... Yeah, I mean, we need to get a whole new person to ride the elephant. And when you get... Oh my god. A sword and wood on the elephant to get you the ranged block chance. Anyway, we're gonna... Even without a perfect person to put the elephant on, we're gonna put the elephant on somebody because the elephant makes anybody strong, right? But we're not gonna put it on, like, a strategist if we can help it. Wait, doesn't this guy have a lot of... No, he doesn't. Oh, it's on cooldown anyway. We'll think about what to do. But we absolutely have to use the... Obviously, the elephant is the greatest thing that one can ever access. We get another spy? Oh, because of the thing. You and you? Yeah. Let's see about it. Like, aren't you currently in Yuan Shao's army here? Yes. Well, that's perfect, isn't it? 44 armor, maybe he'll be good for an elephant. No, you want green with high armor for an elephant because you want the huge health boost from being on the elephant. But maybe purple with huge armor to help as well. This guy might want to be leaving his faction sometime soon. We can extract him right now. Yeah. They don't even catch him, get wrecked. Yeah, well, we can spin up more armies, which means we should. At the pass, because that is the place with more replen. And, you know, maybe Young Feng will be good for the elephant. We didn't even think about him.
折而不摧。
75 armor, range block chance? Yeah. Has Binding Fury. That's not too much to give up. And then... Hey, yeah. You know, until he gets bitten, because this White Wave Rally will, Oh, it's an aura that makes everybody stronger and less evasive the longer we fight. But, I mean, that's fine, too. You know, he can charge in and... Yeah, but, yeah. Awesome. Great. It does make us not able to... But, I mean, that'll be fine, though. That'll be great. Not able to, charge around particularly like we might want, but... Alright, and so... Who else? You're a level 4 assassin, which means you're probably a spy, but let's see where your loyalties lie. This guy gets 40% charge bonus for cavalry. Let's just see if he's a spy. We can
无
afford
关
to
此
check
地，
these
人丁
things.
兴旺，
He
天下
probably
兴
is a
盛，可
spy.
知矣。
He is definitely a spy. Goodbye. But Lemu is not a spy. She did, however, go the wrong way from poison volley. Pacifist, stern, charitable, and one-eyed. Well. Stalk for own retinue. I think. Alright, so hear me out. Maybe stalk elephant. Maybe stalk elephant is best elephant. Now, she doesn't have poison volley yet, and we wouldn't want to do it permanently, but maybe, just maybe, invisible elite elephant will be totally perfect. And honestly, I kind of love it, right? Because if you run off somewhere and get a little distracted, they're not going to shoot it. And the idea of an invisible... Is stock for retinue, stock for character? I think retinue effects affect the character, right? Because mighty knockback for retinue is always giving the leaders the mighty knockback as well. I believe it is the case. Yes. Yeah, she has stock here, and... Oh, well, she gets it from Assassin anyway, so even if it isn't working from the retinue, although I believe it does, she'll have it here. So... The assassinating elephant, I love this so much. I love this so much. Yeah, and she'll have tenacity of steel.
众将听令。
Alright. So he's got his White Wave veterans and stuff. Good, good, good. Plenty of hidden axes here. The bandit gang can stay. They got shields. And we've got plenty of cav in this army besides, so we'll just drop there. Ooh! Shanyu bandits. Well, they have charged the gate, maybe from her. They hit pretty hard. Evasive, not armored. Nah. Let's get our hidden axes in there. Embrace the faction you're in, my girl. 4 cav's pretty solid here. I like having 1 yellow cav. I want to start using 1 yellow cav, like, all the time. Because I feel like my problem in cav fights is we just devolve into a blod. Expertise isn't that used at all on an elephant? Melee evasion still counts on an elephant. I would prefer the resolve. And there we go. Perfection. She will be able to use the sword and shield. This elephant is going to be... sword with a 50 range block chance. Sentinels already start with 1, right? Sentinels already start with a range block chance, so we're going to be able to pump it even further with the shield there. This is going to be amazing. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Good stuff. And we can make her the coiled dragon for extra hit points on the elephant. Yes. And there's some resolve from somewhere. Resolve kick, and a HP kick on top of it. Beautiful. And this guy can put his Master Crafter back on. Yeah, you know, She's going the wrong way anyway, indeed. I mean, we can't use resolve anyway. We already have tenacity, which, you know, I'm thinking if you want to use a sentinel for an elephant, which is decent as an idea, the assassin getting stalk and having tenacity, I mean, that's probably pretty good. Yeah, the retinue stuff does affect her as well, because she gets charge negate there, which, you know, if you're sitting still, then... and the range block chance, yeah, and that's where she gets to 65. So she's going to have like 100% missile block from the front on this elephant and be invisible. Lemu, welcome to the party. Oh, this campaign. I got to quit gushing about it and start playing it. This guy will need a real weapon because she'll be shielded as well to hold on to it. This is going to go so good. Yeah, maybe it's two different effects because of that, but I don't know. It, because charge negate, she doesn't get it from anywhere, right? So it's got to be from this ability because she has it. At least I think she does. Yeah, they have it here, but her, yeah, because her card is here. Yeah. Yep. Definitely. The retinue side. And the mighty knockback. We should have remembered from that, the mighty knockback thing. Because some of these fools, you know, they get mighty knockback self. That doesn't help the retinue, obviously. Although, when we get ballistic rain and everything, it's going to be great. I've been talking too much. We need to end this turn. We need to keep on rolling. I've been gushing. You know, Lady Trio is... This is a legend of a pickup, right? Like, that is going to allow us to, like, happily charge into the future of this story. Yuan Shao, have I used Ballistic Rain? No, I have not. We don't have it unlocked. And if I used it in a previous run, I don't remember looking at it. Yuan Shao has all these wars, so now he's in a pretty annoying spot for him. Yuan Rong gets taken out. Everybody's declaring war on Yuan Shu, who only wants to pay me. Like, leave him alone. Leave him alone. He's just giving me 11,500 a turn. Leave him alone. Unbending Negotiator. Alright, this one gives us... You know, the lower salary in Diplo, and then also the effects of whoever's in it. So we need to get... someone here who doesn't make everybody upset, right? Because if you have bad personalities, then being in office makes everybody mad. We can't put her there because she has a bad personality. Just giving 2 satisfaction is probably worth it. Yeah. And Relentless Enforcer. This will give us morale. Awesome. And then, of course, the negative effects of the person. So we're just going to find someone who doesn't have too many negatives. Or who has positives that drastically outweigh their negatives. Because, like, I don't want people to be wanting higher office, right? And I don't want to have negative satisfaction in food. Oh my god. Never mind. I just read that. It says characters do not have desire for higher offices. They all give them that. Okay. Okay. Well, I guess it doesn't matter what it says there. That is awesome. That's so good. Yeah, what a what an office. I think you've told me about this one before, actually. You're like, yeah, and then yeah, we'll just make her here, the Relentless Enforcer, and now our satisfaction's gonna be, you know, pretty solid. Just negative 100%. Ah, right. I did wonder. It's not like a dwarf payment stack. Give him the pass. Probably something else would have been better, but if we, you know, if we can level him up some and then get him a retinue, because having people in the pass to defend it is desirable. And Yuan Shao is like, what, just hanging out here? He's encamped, he's encamped. Brilliant.
黄蓝
团结一心， 行则同济，战则同袍。
Oh, he is camped, like, around the way there? That's fun. Oh, no, it's probably just because this army's here. Yeah. Nope, he is camped around the way there.
全军出击，
And we will extract... We will extract our spy. This is my favorite move in the whole game. Loyal Yuan. Yeah, you're real loyal. Loyalty to family above all. That's what I say too, buddy. You know, Yuan Shao should have been paying attention. Hey-oh, there we go. We'll see. You're on Nublu's list. Also, I just like taking people away from my enemies. And honestly, you know, getting the vision is great. Oh yeah, see, here we go. He's in this army.
拿起武器，
But now, Yuan Shao is going to have a terrible time. And speaking of...
平定天下。
平定天下。
Oh wait, no, that was this army that was getting the elephant.
天下
Like, she's not even going to be up there. Well, we can take her this way. You know, it's still definitely going to be her with the elephant. $36k HP, not too shabby. Oh, we're not even inside.
告诉众人，我回来了。
That's rough. You know, I forgot to get inside before we mustered.
正气如
Mustard!
火，
But
雄
anyway,
不息，
we're gonna take a short break, and then we will do this fight.
击垮敌军。
Bonus is good. Unimpressive is good. Not for this faction, though. Well, we will... You know, I just like taking people away from our enemies, right? Yuan Shao. You fool! But, you know, this is the first time we're meeting him, so we are gonna, like, do the fight, even though it's a total run over, I guess. I mean, with all the talking I've been doing a rollover fight is totally fine, because otherwise, you know, it's just a lot of talking. Who wants that? I mean, hopefully everybody. Anyway, I'll be right back. Alrighty then. Time for an unnecessary battle, but hey, beating up on this fool in the wintry trees will be a great scene, right? Like, what was he thinking? Literally what? So weird just having two towers. The union of the two towers. You want to duel me? Nah, dude, I ain't that kind of girl. She shuffles her horse. Nope, she's not gonna take the shot. She's gonna get charged. Alright, run away, run away! You know, I thought we might get the shot off. We don't. It's okay. And of course, if we always bring too many troops, then the Northern Courage will never matter. And, you know, they fell victim to one of the classic blunders, which is that a lot of my guys are invisible. So they just didn't think they were here. Mwahaha! Thus always to our enemies. Because, like, what a terrible time for Yuan Shao, too. He comes up here, his men know they're going to fight bandits in the mountains, but that's supposed to be an easy gig. Oh, the Marauders have axes. I didn't realize. That actually makes having one of them always pretty good. But we engage their cav here with our cav. Worried a little bit about this crackback, but we needn't be, I think, because we're going to bring ours across. And then we'll have spears to shuffle in. Beautiful. Speaking of beautiful, time to disengage here. And throw a sick poison volley here. We could have repositioned it, but I feel like just getting one out is worth it. If she'll shoot it. Come on, there we go. I mean, and my girl getting it done, you know. You only have to get a little bit in to make the whole poison volley worth it. But of course, they didn't bring enough men here. They thought they were going to have a strategist, and his wise advice turned out to be a lie. For he was working for me all along. He was working for me for 2 seasons. But Yuan Shao has this strange ability, which is crazy, because normally everybody loves him, but sometimes, only sometimes, people don't like him. And it's like, wow, I have never met anybody besides you. You're like, this is so weird. Normally everybody gets along with that guy, said everyone ever. But the Zheng cavalry will be very nice, not like in this application. This poison volley might be a little sketchy. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. I'm like, I feel like it might hit our own troops. We'll be doing a Braveheart. Oh yeah, let's pull all these guys in. Yeah, it's just like, man, for all his kindness, grace, and you know, like, bonhomie, the values of the French Revolution and all, it's sad to see it fall. Speaking of, this guy is going to be able to crack the blob because he... Man, I am super pumped about this Yellow Turban here, but of course what we need to do is... We'll probably take the Yellow Turban and the, and we'll get old girl on the elephant as well in that army, and then he'll be able to do mending on her. I mean, or we'll get like 2 mending things, because that elephant, you know me, I love an elephant, and that elephant might be the best elephant. But this defeat couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. We're not going to run him down because they are already toast. By yourself, you actually like him a bit. I don't dislike him either. I don't really dislike any of the major figures, like even the ones that are jerks, you know, like, you know, I mean, everybody hates Yuan Shu, but like, I just... All of them, when you look into it to any degree, basically everybody we know from this is like not that good of a guy. So, but Yuan Shao, like, just perspective-wise, like, you know, he's just trying to be a powerful warlord, right? Yuan Shu's likable in his sheer likability. Exactly. Like, and two, it's not just the stuff that he does, like, diplomatically. It's also, like, his unrestrained lusts and stuff. He's very much like a villain in like a musical or an opera, right? Where he just has all of these sheerly bad behaviors. Like, I can just imagine Yuan Shu coming home, taking off his hat, and singing and dancing about how much he loves stealing other men's wives. Like, that to me is like totally his brand, and for all I know, he did it every autumn. Dunked his son. Yeah, you know... The immolation of the family is tough to get past, even by the standards of doing bad things. Like, I'm more forgiving of, like, you know, the dude who lets his son lay down his life for him thing, not least because that is, like, very laudable, you know, culturally. But, yeah... At a certain point, harshness ceases to have as much charm, right? And we have a little battlefield sorcerer. I don't even think I knew about that, or rather, like, didn't connect it with it, and then you had brought it up one time, and then I was like, oh, yikes! And here, yeah, we have an excellent chance of getting in. Oh, we can get there with 2% left. Awesome.
烈火燎原，拿起武器。释放怒火，消灭。
I'm like, I guess we won't extract him here, though.
地球上进，行动起
And
来
we！ just roll up.
释放怒火吧！
Oh yeah, one of these. And crucially, they're going to have a bunch of northern cavalry, and I think the balance is going to favor us, so they're going to really, really have a bad time here. Let's get to it. But yes, to continue your thought. Yeah, you know, because... You know, at a certain point, you know, it's charming. You know, Yun Chao just wanted what all warlords want. Which is, you know, everything around. He thought he deserved it. And from his perspective, you know, you prove you deserve stuff by taking it. We're gonna have to wait for the fire arrows here, but that's just fine. I imagine they might come out at us, but if not, then they will, all their cav will just run. But we're not gonna delay for all that. We're just gonna get them up here. After all, we are on only a 40-minute timer. Because, like, do the towers even see the hidden axes if you're doing flaming shot with them? I'm not sure. Burn 'em, burn 'em. Is there oil here? Is that why they're not getting it? Well, we'll just charge up. Well, crucially, these hidden axes weren't in position for this one, but, you know, let's just, get going. Come on, hit the stakes, guys. It turns out you can actually just run straight into them, and that'll disable them. Fortunately, being funny about it is over. Yes. So many hidden axes indeed. Let's go.
准备就绪，动作快点！听命，跑起来，速速前进！
Like, get out of her way. Give her some room.
准备好了，
Beautiful. Oh no. The cav got engaged there, but not the way we wanted. Here we'll be fine though. That's a frontal charge of cavalry. They'll hardly be too pleased about all that. Is everybody coming in? Yes, good, good.
顽强不屈，挺住，进攻！
挺住！进攻！赶快，赶快！
And obviously into this fight where we drastically
进了一步，
overpower and outnumber them, we charge! We are very brave after all. Let's shoot at Yan Liang with the bow though, because Lord knows that dude knows how to brawl.
做好准备，加速前进，
时机已至，
时机已至，鼓起勇气，进攻！
在，
做好准备，
But we just need to pull in here and get this way, yes, and our infantry. Hidden axes in the front. Yan Liang getting zerked. There, alright. Time to
听命！
do an incredible target attack. He's gonna get mauled so quick here, I hope. But we're gonna run in. And just, the brute squad is here. Did we already kill him? No.
准备就绪，
He just runs up and then suddenly,
一将受赏。
yeah,
最终溃入
brutal. All right, guys, get back on your horses. Brutal stuff.
做好准备，速速前进，
动作快点，
And you know what I would love is to get that halberd
不要留情，
or the man himself. That'd be fine too.
在，片甲不留，挺住，
跑起来，快快快！
顽强不屈，挺住，准备开战，做好准备， 做好准备，
Hey Luke, do you think maybe Northern Courage only applies to the Northern tribes and everybody else just gets it?
鼓起勇气，杀呀！
Because these guys aren't running. Well, I guess it's not 10 minutes yet. I can count. Ha! Ha! Look at me. Does the game work? No, I can't tell time.
备，杀！
时机已至，
听命，时机已至，片甲不留。时机已至，
加速前进，快跑！注意，
准备好了，挺住，往前。
I'm like, what we need to do is get our archers engaged. Oh, our blob is just chilling here. Oh, they're all trying to stand here. Great.
跑起来！
You know, giving away way too much to these archers here. This blob fight was not advantageous, right?
冲啊！
Just taking a little bit of time to get through it. He gets unhorsed by charging in, but that'll be alright.
强不屈，加快速度。
注意，杀！
At least on this front, we're engaged. And not with too many archers. Oh, the interior towers shooting at us?
一群懦夫，
No, it just seemed that it was happening that way.
备就绪，
but I'm sure we'll be wrapping them up in no time here, as these fools are doing a little better. Oh yeah, and then all of these guys are still outside. You know, that's why you bring 2 armies to a siege, so it lets you forget about it a bit. Actually, because this is a very annoying map to do if you don't have artillery, because on the inside there's lots of these places for archers to be, and I mean, even artillery don't totally solve that problem, but... You know, if we would have had these guys go forward a little earlier, it would have been fine. But it's still fine. And there is the ability, clicking on, because it does work. Yeah. Oh. And these Xiongnu cavalry just have 9 because they're just processing their feelings. Probably got a bonus from the charge there. You know, getting more beat up on this front than we would have liked, but it'll be alright. I guess 10 minutes is a while, right? But taking this will take their morale bonus away, and that should also chunk them pretty good. Yeah, because those guys, they only started with 26. They basically lost no units at all. Okay. I'm like, they didn't really lose much morale, but they didn't lose any morale, and they just started with 50, so that's why they were still fighting. And Guosi's like, wait, don't you know me? And we're like, look, we have to make it look good. We have to make it look good. Just let us hit you over the head a little bit. You'll get better. Yuan Shao's really gonna believe that you work for him after this. He's like, can't I just give up like you and you did? We're like, no, no, this is the way it's gotta be. You didn't build your cover, sorry, bro. He's like, you didn't build my cover, no! But that's what you get. Working for a bandit. And a victory. And, you know, clumsy, narrow lanes, but fundamentally, getting it done.
我军如有天助，气焰大盛。
We'll probably just, like, get rid of them, but might as well. We get no points for the thing, but now if we're not going to get prestige for it, then we might as well just do this.
还是有些用处的。
Can't figure out how to play with campaign without cheating. Sun's turn to new stuff. Yeah, because, you know, getting Zhao Yun in there and, like, he was pretty good at fighting. Force build this one. Crunch the mustering grounds, and that'll at least get us in better shape there. These guys can share the spoils very comfortably and lose basically none, which is just crazy. It's so good. And we got the refined eunuch. That's who we took off of Yuan Shao's hands. It's like, you're trialing around with your eunuchs now, bro? Alright. Okay. I guess it's that phase. That phase in your warlord development where you're like, maybe we don't need to trust women or men. Perhaps we can only be safe with the advice of a third sort of person. Nothing has ever gone wrong by trusting a bunch of eunuchs. I don't know anyone personally who's been betrayed. Yeah, he really hates... We took it off his hands. Who knows why he had them. Yeah, that's why everyone hates him in this one. Because he's a hypocrite, right? They're like, man, you know, it turns out all sorts of these guys are working for you. You know, he should have gotten an undercover network for losing the fight like that. Alright, well, this army's spinning up, and I am the most excited about its future. Probably want to go... Well, this is like a little too many spears here, right? So... just get a couple regular archers. Obviously, and not too many turns. In 12 turns, so in... You know, in 2.5 years, we'll have Furia Bahai for our backup archers, which is going to be absolutely crazy. It's going to be so good. Just a regular old sentinel, but... Oh, there we go! Awesome. +5 loot for own army is, for this faction, as valuable a thing as you can ever see written down. Like, because this army just gets, like, a ton. 45 from that army. This one gets 25, you know. Yeah, loot is replenishment, exactly. And if you get tons of loot, then you have the ability to push replenishment all the time. Like in this army, which just gets 45 passively, like, no matter what they do, they're always going to be able to share it. Because Bright, it's this, man. This trait. 10 loot out of Bright might be better than Brilliant, you know? Probably is. Because 10's just so much. And then, of course, lots of the heroes have different ways of getting more depending on the context. So we're going to a foreign place even. You know, even in the winter, we're still, like, at where we're at now, we can basically go anywhere, do anything. But... we'll just intern and then, yeah. Yeah, you know, if you have a lot of brilliance in a region, then that, if it stacks, I'm not sure, it probably does, to the negative ammo to the enemy, you know, but for military supplies, especially for a faction like this who has a way to leverage them, and especially in the early game, that 10 loot is worth dramatically more than Brilliant could be. And they're gonna come back because they got unhappy in their faction, and, you know, good. Sick. Any silver weapon is an automatic recruit this guy. Definitely a spy. But, well, I mean, maybe not. Does he hate Cao Cao? No, he doesn't have a grudge. Well, the important thing is that he is contributing quite a good weapon to the cause. Hey, you know, 10 loot, own territory, and own army, that's very decent for this faction anyway, right? Isn't it nice to always be able to buy whenever you want? Yeah, you know, nice work if you can get it, and you can get it if you try. It's just crazy. It's so... What a different campaign. But of course, that's the different... You know, this is what that 200 campaign could have been if we started at 190. Do they even let you play her in 190? Anyway. An awesome time. I have got to get on with my day. Unfortunately, I would so much rather keep on doing this. But... yeah. She starts over here. Oh, well, you know. But yeah, so this is what would have happened if we started there. You know, it was just a tougher time here. But, you know, things are going so good. And, of course, we, now that we've got a couple more people to run into more armies, we're just going to immediately do that. And, you know, we've got a couple of cool guys with ballistic rain in their trees. We've got, you know, our elephant. We've got... our Yellow Turban guy, so this is going to be just an awesome little Pokemon run, right? And without, crucially, besides Zheng herself, without getting, like, a bunch of the guys that I always get, that I already love, and now we get to, like, get these cool things, and, like, that assassin on the elephant, like, I'm just so ready for her to be an excellent part of the story. You say the trying to make Korea? That's what I think is a great move, right? Because why not? The river is great, and we've got our lands there. We could spin up a couple armies if we need to, if people are getting frisky, and then just roll over that way. Keep a couple armies over to the left to deal with Euphalo, and then, yeah, just ravage through the north and have a party. It's so hard to get into these mountains, you know. Even if somebody like Cao Cao got really mad about it, it would take him a hot minute to send more than 2 at a time. It's a long way from where he is. Even on the other side of the river, it's not easy to get to it. And he's got other problems, right? That alliance with Lady Wu isn't going to last forever. And with us not messing with the South at all, who knows what shenanigans she'll get up to down there. But anyway, I'm very excited about the future of this campaign. We may play it tonight. We probably won't be playing it tomorrow. Tomorrow is a restaurant holiday, so I'll be working all day rather than my traditional not working all day. But I'll still find a time to stream in there. But anyway, I'll be back tonight, guys, and maybe I will see you then. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Just leave a good stack in the past and send it. Yep. And, you know, I hope you guys have enjoyed. I know I did. This campaign is charmed from the start, right? So later. But yeah, you know, from the first of, like, the idea of being regionless and trying to migrate, you know, and we made it work, and now it's beyond working. It's totally rocking out. And, soon, Zheng will get to level 6, and we're gonna have Qin Royal Guard, Qin Peacekeepers. We're gonna be having the creme de la creme of the unique units of the game. and being so wealthy that we can use all of them to our heart's desire. We're gonna have an invisible perfect elephant. It's gonna be great. So you've been enjoying this game? Well, I'm glad. Me too. Unfortunately, I've got to go. Beihai, of course, yeah. Not Bahai. Right. There's an I in there. Beihai. I'll try to say it, but you know I can't. No, that one I should be able to eventually remember some of the time. But anyway, Cammy, Ellie, so good to see y'all this morning. Hope you had a good time. It's always awesome to see y'all. Tahuma and Luke and all. If you're watching in the future, I hope the weather is nice. It's likely to not be, but I'm not a weatherman. I only know which way the wind blows. I'll see you guys.